Even amongst such survival-related constraints, central to Dr. V's vision was the compassion that promised affordable eye care for all. Arvind arrived at a ballpark fee of 1,500 rupees as an acceptable fee for a cataract surgery, as it believed the fee shouldn't exceed an average month's salary for its poorer patients. It worked backwards to meet this cost. Clearly, the cost structure for personnel, consumables and infrastructure-related costs had to be lean. On the other hand, each doctor's productivity had to be maximum, since they would always remain not just costly, but also scarce. The Arvind team addressed the problems from different dimensions. Arvind brought in paramedics to replace the doctor in every single process where the presence of the doctor wasn't an absolute requirement.
When they do repeated tasks again and again, they will become experts, more experts than the doctors themselves in every area. So that was more important. For cleaning the eye, we don't need a doctor. For giving an injection, if the proper training, we don't need a doctor. For preparation of the patient and draping, we don't need a doctor. So all these things with the sterilization, with a little background of clinical knowledge, they can do much better.
That led Arvind to set up its own training infrastructure, the results of which are evident in the quality that Arvind provides today. Even after hiving off these tasks, the Arvind team set an almost obsessive eye on maximizing the surgeon's productivity. An operating room of Arvind today looks a part of an assembly line. Each surgeon works on 2 tables, one for the patient undergoing surgery and the other for the patient being prepped. They use state-of-the-art equipment such as operating microscopes that can swivel between tables to save even the time needed to switch from one table to the other.
It's kind of choreographed well to be able to produce this kind of a volume. So there is no one superstar who does all this volume. You know, it's a team of people starting from the reception who receive the patients, ending to the people who kind of give the bill and take care of the patient.
With a decomposed process, frugal culture and training infrastructure, Arvind had seeded the development of a system. The need was now to build scale of demand, or in other words, engage in market development. Arvind, with its background in community services, used outreach as a method for market development. Arvind thereby minimizes its marketing costs, once again passing on the benefit to the consumer.
We realized following the screening camps and advice to the patients and offer of free surgery, we really found nobody took up the surgery, nobody turned up to the hospital. So the patient said, "Sir, you are kind enough to give us free care, but for us to get the free surgery, I need at least a few hundred rupees." This was in the late 70s, and we don't have that money. And we asked why. They said, "No, we have to come by bus, come back, the bus fare is there, because I can't see, somebody has to come, his bus fare, the food expenses, the person who is coming with me has to forego his salary, can't work." So all this adds up to a lot of money. So only when we have that kind of resource, they can come.
This led to the cross-subsidy model. Each patient who could afford to pay would pay for 2 other patients. Arvind, being a not-for-profit organization, could use this to subsidize treatment as well as food and travel for patients who couldn't pay. Over time, a tiered pricing structure was made.
No, in airlines, you don't get to your destination any faster because you're in business class. No, but the frills are there, right? The more comfort, personalized care maybe. No, so I think you're paying for that. So we created a similar kind of a model.
The lowest cost of an intraocular lens was about 2,800 rupees. This motivated Arvind to set up Oro Labs to manufacture consumables, including lenses. Oro Labs reverse engineered the patent-free lens making process and made some smart decisions in buying manufacturing equipment at the lowest cost. These 2 factors came together to enable the pricing of an intraocular lens at just 200 rupees. Owing to the volume of its own internal consumption as well as external orders, Oro Labs could take advantage of scale. Over time, it went on to make other products which reduced the cost of surgery to just 900 rupees, well within the affordable range of many. As a result, the number of free patients went down, even as the total numbers kept increasing. A dearth of ophthalmologists could have posed an impediment to Arvind's growth. Yet again, the challenge was seen as an opportunity.
And we made use of our training. We were senior people, 3. We were in the government postgraduate teachers for so many years. we thought that why don't we apply for a postgraduate course in a university. That was again the first thing we thought, that a private institution going in for affiliation with a university to train the postgraduate.
The Arvind system has matured today. The fundamentals of operations design and outreach marketing have brought in scale through frugality and efficiency. The training infrastructure makes the HR availability sustainable. Oro Labs make sure consumables come cheap. And last but not the least, Arvind continues to serve the underprivileged and yet remains viable.
Just this mindset, I think, of turning the cost or the pricing process upside down and then working backwards. So when you do this, there are huge benefits. At the face of it, the cost comes down. And then more lasting benefit is you create a culture of cost conscious in the organization. So the culture of that, no, I have to make it affordable, no, it's in the DNA of the organization now.
So Arvind has emerged as a hallmark example of a successful business model that serves those in need and still remains sustainable. Experts from across the world are queuing up to understand and replicate this model for the compassion, scale and quality it offers. One man's vision seen through the eyes of millions. For more on the Arvind story, stay tuned.